Welcome to Cyber World Congress. My name is Dr. Zalotskaya, and I live currently in Dubai. And for the last 7 years, I worked in multiple roles where I was responsible in Middle East, Africa. As a result, I get this question a lot asked. What is the state of cybersecurity in Africa? Where is Africa standing? And, people are curious and asking what's happening in Africa. Today, in my session, I'm going to talk about the threat actors in Africa, how do they attack their victims, and recommendations on how you can stop any kind of threat actors. As I mentioned, I'm Dr. Zalotskaya. I work currently in a international bank as regional CISO, responsible from the region. I have completed 2 master degrees, have written multiple books, and multiple certification courses as well exams. If you want to be in touch with me, those are my contact details. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me through different social media channels. And I'm looking forward to see you there as well. All right, what's happening in Africa? One of the most known and dangerous threat actors was established in 2014, Fork Bombo. And please forgive my pronunciation. Of course, I'm not African. As a result, I'm not going to be able to use the names as you can expect. But anyway, from 2014 to 2018, they were engaged in multiple cyber attacks, and some of them they had to, they were arrested, multiplied to different groups. But at the end, they came always together again stronger. In 2019, again, they were arrested, but while they're getting arrested, they were always active, creating new ways of attacks, and some of the gang members, leaders, used to be ex-police officers as well. So, what is an attack kill chain? Attack kill chain was a term which been founded by Lockheed Martin, and it is usually explaining how attackers are coming into organization. You heard me speaking a few minutes ago about the African kill chain, the threat actors, and what they usually do is they research their target, they found ways to hack. Their research could be, network infiltration, internal or external search, collecting information, then somehow reach into the target's network. Back to the African threats kill chain. What they do usually is before they attack, they research like any other threat actors, the victims. They try to find some insiders. In some cases, they bribe the personnel. They use rough devices, or they target remote access tools, especially commercial off-the-shelf remote access tools. And they wait until there is a new update, vulnerability by the let's say team viewer. As many people are not mature enough to update their software, they leave it unfortunately vulnerable. And hackers use the dark web sources to learn about this attack. Hackers in Africa learn from dark web how they can launch the attack, and they start the attack. From there, they use letter removing techniques, especially by SMB protocol. If they find that SMB version 1 is still used, they use one of the best tools ever written by sysinternals, Marcus Knowledge, PSExec, or in some cases, they use keyloggers, different, written in Python or PowerShell or you name it, scripted by PowerShell, not written. And they attack the targets. But how do they attack? Let's talk about a brief story. AJA Corporation. It looks like it's an insurance company. They traded some amount of money. Their headquarters is somewhere in the world. They have lots of employees, and it looks like they are a successful company. That's what it looks like. But at the back end, you will see that their cybersecurity employees who, like, remember my police example? This guy is a cop during the day, but an attacker during that time. What they do is, he's getting paid to research what's happening in the market. He's learning, or she's learning, the ways how attackers are getting into the targets at night. Instead of just protecting everybody for 24 hours at night, they use the skills for bad. As a result, they're able to, have two faces. One face, which looks like they're good, the other face, they're bad. When we check the news, you will see that the African threat actors attacked many large organizations in Africa. These are some very recent news, as you can see. The very latest one is 27 January, which is like nearly a month old. Unfortunately, when you look at the victims, they are big corporations. When we check the anatomy of attack, yes, I said in the beginning, they used some keyloggers, but what is, or how is an attack coming to organization? Most of the time, the attack starts either with a phishing, where the end user receives a document being asked to enable macros, or they click into a URL, somehow they get infected. This gives the hacker establishment to the organization. They either steal the credentials or the hashes, then they laterally move within the network. At the end, they reach out to the domain controller, and it means end game. And how are they doing this? Cyber criminals, especially in Africa, are sourcing, as I said in the beginning, these techniques from the dark web, then executing them locally. It is a very common technique, and some of the very easiest attack practices, sponsored advertisement in either YouTube or search engines. And this one, if you ever wonder what Fork Bomber Group does, you can search them in search engine. And look at this. It's an ad which I just get from one of the search engine. If you go ahead and click into this URL, you're gonna get this screen. Look, I'm using Microsoft Edge, but they are so unaware of the browser that I'm using. It looks like for them it's Chrome. Yes, I know Edge is these days Chromium based, but and they're offering me some free phone. When I check the URL, it really does not look, it's from Google. It's really look like that, why should people give me free phone? And some people click OK and move forward with the phishing attempt or social engineering attempt and become a victim. When we look at different threat actors, some of them, as I said, like the consultants, use the Coca logger. And if you look into the details, you will see how they collect different information. This could be credit card data, username, password from the victims. And another threat actor, Land Cruiser, they again use different techniques to reach out to the targets and steal whatever they can. The question is, why Africa? Yeah, it's not a secret that the digital majority is not at highest. Of course, there is lots of, as I said also in the beginning, raw software. People are still going and downloading cracked software as the economic, they want to use Photoshop. Photoshop is $7,000. For someone in America, $7,000 could be affordable, but for someone in Africa, $7,000 is sometimes more than affordable. As a result, they go and download, unfortunately, from the internet, a cracked version, and most of those cracked versions have malware embedded. While they're installing the software, they give them also access to the hackers, and they become a victim. But again, why Africa? Having a large botnet gives you power, or having large victim where you can collect credit card information, or this gives you money, or you can use those victims' machines for cryptocurrency. Again, this will give you money. Then the question is, how can you defend against it? First of all, you have to start to think like hackers. And you have to outsmart them. But how is this going to happen? First of all, you have to practice and learn how does an attacker think. You have to know that sophisticated attackers will only choose avenues that can they exploit successfully. So if I know you are a mature organization, you take at least the basics of cybersecurity, such as least privileges, such as zero trust, or such as defense in depth, and you use MFA, multi-factor authentication, or you implement firewalls, you implement, again, microsegmentations, encryption. This is going to make hackers' job hard. So why should I spend my time with those possible victims where I can just hack someone or organization who is not up to date, who has lots of misconfiguration attacks, and who's keenly accepting and clicking my phishing attempts, my social engineering attempts? Again, most of the successful attacks leverage on known vulnerabilities. As I said in the beginning of my session, you can find in dark web lots of attack vectors on known vulnerabilities. And before they attack, it's like magicians. You know, if you get a phone, let's say I'm a magician, I will tell you, hey, look, I'm going to make this phone disappear. Here's my pen, here's my phone. So all what I'm going to do is, do you see my phone? I'm going to make this disappear. But how? Via my magic word. Hocus pocus. So I'm going to get my pen, touch the phone, and I'm going to make my phone disappearing. Ready? Hocus pocus. Oops. Oh, hold on. Not my phone, but my pen did get disappeared. Yes, I'm not a magician. Of course, I let it drop from my hand. If you rewatch later the session, you will probably see it in slow motion that my phone is dropping. I took it away. But what I was doing is I was creating noise and I was taking your attention into my phone, not the pen. While my aim was actually to make the pen disappear and not my phone. So attackers do the same. If you watch a very famous movie by Tom Cruise, the Mission Impossible, I think the very latest one, you know, he's attacking a data center. He's hitting a car into the reception from another area while everybody is going looking at this. So he's creating some noise. Tom Cruise is accessing the server room from a different entry. So this is a very basic explanation of how attackers work. You should know that attackers are not different than you. I talk about the African threat actors. Don't forget, they don't have most of the time better technology than yours. They have a goal, so you do. They have organizational structure, so you do. Yes, most of the time they have better, more budget than you, but at the end they have a budget. And their aim is to hack, while your aim is not to get hacked. But there is a difference between them and us, besides we being the good guys. I assume you don't work for AJA Corporation, and you are 24 hours good guy, a lady or a man. The difference is the attacker only has to find one way to get in, while us, the defenders, we have to defend everything. But while the attacker has to find one way, they have to be successful end to end. Because if we, as defenders, can detect just a portion of the attack, we will be able to stop the rest of the attack. Besides that, I would highly recommend you to think like an attacker. Remember I said we have to think like them and outsmart them. How? So if, let's say, you're using a phone, this could be an Android or Samsung, this could be Linux, Windows, this could be, you name it. If you think about what it means to be secure and imagine how you can exploit the device that you're using, I'm pretty sure you're going to find a way. So, is this not what hackers do? I said, most of those hackers go to dark web. Why are you not going and learning what they're collecting at? Why are you not learning about their assets? This could be human. So if you have a phishing exercise and know 30% of employees click on phishing links, then this is a huge risk, right? Or 3%, whatever. I make the numbers up. Then you should invest on staff awareness training. If you know you are not up to date with your operating system because you have some legacy applications or you have some SMB applications which is not supported by the latest and greatest and you cannot move to the cloud, then you should either segment it or you should, accept the absolute risk and increase the monitoring on those. So if you know yourself, then you should be able to protect yourself better. For that, you have to build a cybersecurity strategy and a long-term plan for your security investment. Please look, your partners are the key elements to be secure. You need your partners, your software vendors, your consultants to be secure, but don't just rely on them. Then look, we all need a shoe, right? When you go to a shoe store, you name the brand, I really don't care. They don't have just one shoe size, which fits every leg. There is different sizes of shoes, different colors for different tastes. You go, you try the shoe out, and if it fits, if you like it, you buy it. Why are we not doing the same when it comes to cybersecurity? Why should a security software, which is really successful in manufacturing, be successful in, let's say, financial organizations? Maybe those manufacturing companies which they advertise, we're using, just example, let's say AJ Corporation, a manufacturer who is up to date with their digital transformation, uses the software, and they proudly be referenced to the software. But are you in the same state? Are you comparing apple to apple? So question the security strategy. Invest in your talents. Don't expect your talents going to work for you all the time. If you don't invest on them, they will, of course, leave and go. Have a detailed plan. That plan should outline your security software and hardware objectives. Don't forget, each hardware, such as a switch, has a firmware, for example, which you need to update. And sometimes you cannot update it because it becomes obsolete. You should have an absolute mitigation plan. And my last strategy recommendation is going to be, of course, it's not about when the attack is, if the attack is going to happen, it's about when the attack is going to happen. So your cybersecurity strategy should meet your business objectives. You cannot be a CISO without understanding the business that you are in. Your cybersecurity strategy should not aim to give you the maximum security. It should aim to give security as necessary. You can read more about this in my Cybersecurity Attack and Defense Strategies book, which I wrote together with Yuri. And as I said in the beginning, you have to have a mindset that, everybody can get hacked. Doesn't matter. You could be world's biggest cybersecurity firm, just happened very recently, end of 2020, and you can still get hacked. So be ready for a cyber attack. Plan for incident response. Plan for data breach. Do practices. Check if you have any weaknesses And if you do have weaknesses, act on those and mitigate them. But as I said earlier, everybody can get hacked. There's two types of organizations. One, they know they've been hacked. Two, they don't. So let your ego go and focus on how you can secure your organization. You could be the best cybersecurity firm, as I said, and you can still get hacked. You could be the best cybersecurity training provider, such as SANS, and you can get hacked, or EC Council. Both of them were hacked. No problem. Everybody will get hacked one day, or can get hacked one day, as long as you, look, it's like falling down. We all can fall down. Or if you're driving a car, we all can have an accident, as long as you have insurance. So once you find the problem, eliminate it, or try to find mitigations or acceptance risk based on the problem. Invest in training. I'm not just saying go buy my book. Yes, I'm saying this, don't get me wrong, but training also non-technical guys, teams. And of course, you should have a communication plan as well. And what else I can do? Of course, give you some recommendations. As I said, training. Besides that, passwords are important, strong passwords, but password should be backed up with multi-factor authentication. Here's my, I'm more than happy to give you my, for example, Hotmail, Gmail username, password, but you will see you have like 30 seconds to access my account. Otherwise, this code is going to change. Please keep your software and hardware up to date where possible. Of course, again, where possible, use encryption on devices and ensure you protect data not just at rest but also at transit. Please have backups. Ransomware is one of the other common attack vectors. When we talk about Africa, just happened again last week. A Turkish ship was kidnapped and by pirates. They asked the company to pay ransomware. Unfortunately, 2 of the staff were killed, but at the end, the company had to still pay some money to release the rest. Ransomware, when it comes to computer, is similar to those. They encrypt your computer. All what you have access is a screen where the hacker is asking for the ransom, and that ransom is paying X amount of dollars or money via Bitcoin, which is untraceable to the hacker or threat actor group. As a result, having backups can save your life. Install security solutions on all employee devices. This could be a mobile phone, or this could be an end user, or or a server. Ensure you are up to date. And as CISO, as CEO, cybersecurity is not just your responsibility. It's everybody's responsibility, but your main responsibility is to create a culture such that everyone in the organization understands cyber risk and helps you to mitigate them. With this, I'm coming to the end of my presentation. Unfortunately, I had only 20 minutes where I had to scan through the threat actors, the cyber kill chain. Besides that, on attack vectors and recommendations. If you want more details, you can download, you can buy my books, download e-books, or buy the hard copies, or you can watch my YouTube channel where I have many other videos like this, where I go to some details in. Thank you very much for joining the session, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to catch up with you in the next session. If you wonder where my other sessions are, go to my blog. You'll get more information there. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to see you soon. Bye-bye.